Started. So today is Thursday, May 2nd, 2024 at 7 p.m. We'll call this town council meeting to order. First item on the agenda, pledge of allegiance. Oh, Greg, would you do this evening?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for
Oh.
all.
I'm on the roll call, start to my left. Doug Smith.
Here.
Dean Renfro.
Here.
Kathy Burke.
Here.
Greg Dolsky.
Here.
Jeff Beachy's here. To my left, Alex Bowman, legal counsel, here. Clerk Treasurer Kathy Antonelli.
Here.
Town Manager Mike Yoder.
Here.
And then back Fire Chief Nick Cantz.
Good evening.
I'm going solo tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
It's all right.
All right. Approval of the agenda. Only correction to the agenda is Kathy has the minutes done, but just got them done before the meeting, so they're not out yet for us to review, so we will not be reviewing minutes.
One other note, for the approval of ordinance number 5/2/2024-10, the council need to open a public hearing for adoption.
Okay,
Just a matter of the record.
thank you for that, Alex. Anything else? Any changes or corrections?
Nope.
Okay, if not, the agenda will stand as corrected. Next item on the agenda, approval of the invoices. Everybody a chance to look at the bills?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any questions? Motion to approve the invoices.
I'll make the motion to approve the invoices presented. I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Doug, second by Dean, open for discussion. No further discussion, take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro.
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beachy's a yes. Motion carries. Skipping the minutes, let's jump into reports. So, Mike, what do you have for us?
Okay, first up is a proclamation that was in your packet. We are proclaiming that Youth Apprenticeship Week is May 5 through 11. We're joining other municipalities, I hope, in that. So just your approval and Jeff's signature, and I'll send that on.
Okay,
I'll make a motion, we accept that.
okay, motion by Kathy to accept the proclamation,
I'll second.
second by Doug, open for discussion. Further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
Jeff Beach is a yes. Motion carries.
Okay. So next, we ready to request for proposals for a new sign at Commerce Drive and State Road 15. I sent that out to 3 firms and 2 have responded. So, okay, Alex, now make sure I get this all right. So in your packet, I have eliminated the names of the vendors and you have pictures and you have prices. And there's a score sheet. So these are the points. This was in the RFP. This is how we will score. So your choice tonight is to pick a sign and a price, and I'll create a contract. Or if you like one of the designs, we'll choose the design. And I think we have the option to go back to that vendor and ask some additional questions to make some modifications. So for example, on this sign, Greg was asking if Industrial East and the Bristol logo, if that was illuminated at night. And I actually asked the vendor that question. He said he understood his design did include that. So I'm going to hold him to that. If that's the one you choose, I think we want that illuminated. The other vendor showed us an example of what an illumination might look like at night with his version.
Okay.
So we have 4 choices. Each vendor sent 2 different choices, 2 different price points. You'll see on this one at night, the top is illuminated. And
Yeah.
Both vendors get 10 points on the business plan. They both submitted a plan that's for all practical purposes exactly the same. They will contact the vendors or the businesses in the area. There's 11 right now, so we'll have one blank space. Unless there's a 12th one out there that they missed or we missed. They're suggesting $2,000 a spot. Uh, That's close to about a 50-50 split almost. If, well, it depends on the price point. If we want to charge the businesses more, we have that right too, and we'll outline that in the contract. But for this purpose tonight, to get a close to net cost, I used $2,000, or I subtracted 24,000 from each of the original bids. How this will work is the vendor will go, the successful vendor will visit the businesses, collect that money, the agreements, and then that amount will be deducted before we are invoiced. So we're not handling money in this process. We're responsible for the bottom or the remaining bid. We are getting some quotes right now to remove the trees that are up there to improve the sight line and to power the sign. So that will be some additional costs for us.
I have a question. You mentioned that the first one, that the triangle type thing was illuminated. Are any of the others?
All of them will
All
be
of them are
illuminated at night, yes. So this will be the first one, and as we have funds, I think we've talked about adding these at other industrial parks entrances as well. So like at Stonemont and State Road 120, out on State Road 15, we'll probably have one or two.
Sorry, but 103 reminds me of a church.
So we would score individually, and as part of the packet that we put together afterwards, is the score sheet from how they were scored. Is that an important part of that, so vendors know?
I don't believe the statute requires the exact scoring to be provided as part of it. Suffice to say, I think it's a public record that the town should maintain as part of the file on it.
This is the most exciting thing we're doing tonight, so we can take all the time you want.
I got a question for you on the scoring. When it says like overall price, you want us as far as to score each sign? And you've got 40 points. Are we saying the one we like
Yeah,
is 40 points?
somehow you have to come up with the balance of design and price. So if you want the cheapest price, then your score is the highest on the lowest price, the lowest on the.
Yeah, but then we'll go like 40, 30, 10. Is that what you're asking? Okay. Because
So every vendor has the ability to get 100 points.
I guess that's where I've got it set up.
yes,
So, okay. So we could say that we have,
Every design has the ability to get a total points.
okay,
Yeah, look at it as a design. So there's two vendors, 4 designs. Each vendor has 2 designs.
right. Okay,
The idea is for this to be anonymous at this point.
okay.
I don't know that I'm doing this right.
Well,
So,
or if you know which sign you like and which price you like, make the numbers work.
so each,
Okay, there you go. Thank you for that.
Well, it's kind of a joint
That made it
decision.
easy.
You guys have to make a joint decision.
Oh, well, that made it easy.
so you can get up to 100 points.
Yeah, 50, 40, and 10. Yep.
Yeah. And you said they all agreed to the business contact plan,
Mm-hmm.
so they all automatically get 10 points there.
Right.
Does that one have the ability to be added to?
They don't, no.
What about the other ones?
They all have the same number of spots. There's 11 businesses out there now. That park is pretty much full. So,
Those that look like that there looks like they added to a lot.
not any more than the one that's out there now. That's pretty similar to the one that's there now. I guess you could add some to the bottom, maybe.
Taking a test.
I know, it's like, it's like, you're.
Your scores when you're prepared.
Actually, I have another.
Please say time for pencils down, please. I don't know. Yeah, well,
But you got to score them all. I just scored the one at one.
so did I at first, and then he said all
You
of
know what you're
whatever.
doing?
In a sense, but so the process is to evaluate competitive proposals. All of these proposals have been evaluated to be competitive and compliant with the RFP. And so as a matter of complying with the statute on the equitable evaluation of proposals, that's where the scoring rubric is prepared.
Okay,
So they all submitted a complete, set of proposals, complete proposal. Solid vendors experience plenty of wherewithal to get the job done. Yes.
Mm.
It's not secret, Jeff.
You didn't come.
You didn't. Secret ballot. Secret ballot.
Okay,
No, big.
No, you guys just,
Pass them done, Mike, once you get them done.
okay.
I'll have to grade them now.
Yep,
shuffle them.
You wanna write any?
I have a highlighter.
I only have 3. Somebody's flunking.
It's those two on that end.
Wait a minute, you didn't total them.
I did.
I didn't realize we were turning them in.
I didn't know. It says total points, they're at the bottom.
I did.
That is my personal use. I'm pretty good at math.
Since I said I
I-
told
I
him,
didn't
now he
know.
knows which one's mine.
Just because we're elected doesn't mean we're qualified.
amen, brother. Amen, brother.
Yeah, right. They just needed to fill a chair.
Just because the vote counters can count, doesn't
Yeah.
mean we can.
That's-
Exactly. This is a pretty good representation of Congress.
I'd say I'm in, but I wouldn't, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Take all the time you want, Mike.
Oh, I can't read somebody's writing. Now I am a teacher. Okay, so let's look at the ones that have the highest score first. So 101 and 102. Wait a minute, how's the best way? I'm glad I didn't bat with you, Jill.
We have to add all the 101s together and all the 102s together and all the 103s.
I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
come up with
All-
the average.
the totals from each one have to be added together. You need a calculator.
Well, it's not, it's all round numbers. Almost. Oh my.
Kathy, are
I
you?
should just give this to
Kathy needs
assistant
to
town
verify.
manager to
Yeah, let her
order
leave
these
up
up
and
and
we'll go on to other, let her tabulate.
calculate these and we will move on. Thank you.
Oh, watch, she's gotta go back to her office
No,
and use an X
no.
machine.
I trust her to do this because I was gonna bet her which one you guys would choose. She would have won. Well, anyway, so she wouldn't have cheated, but anyway.
Okay, what do you have for us next, Mike?
Well, hey. So just a couple miscellaneous updates. I did inform you that we apparently had lost the LG or LT aluminum. And I asked them to confirm where they were going, and they said they couldn't do that until, I don't know, the owner of the land says, no, you're not to release that, but
Until Sturgis confirmed. Or
Nope.
Wessopolis.
It's Office, well, is the is that park we drove by when we, outside, just on the outside of town, is that inside or outside town?
Which on Cassopolis?
Yeah.
Where the big machinery shop is,
No, there was like a.
Hyundai place.
I mean, it has the same billboards. I'd assume it's in town because I don't know how the township would pay for it.
Well, it's like an industrial, a high-tech park. It was on the, what, east side of town.
On the north side? On the north side of the road?
Yes.
Yeah, that's,
So the town manager said, well, she heard that a letter of intent had been signed, but there was, I asked her, were there any incentives? Nope. So it made me think it wasn't in town. So I've asked the owners, I just want to know from an incentive side, what they receive from local municipality or the state.
Yeah.
So as I shared my letter, I think primarily, I know it was land price because the owner told me he was looking at cheaper land and prices were half or less than here.
yeah,
And so we'll learn from this and see how we compare. I mean, it's not we don't have much to do in the competitive stage of this. It's the landowner that sets the price.
Yeah.
But I am curious if our incentives were competitive. Generally, they are with Michigan. But that's the second time now, as I mentioned in the email, the apartment complex is on hold right now. We've invested a lot of money in these things. So I think going forward, we'll create some sort of a developer agreement up front where they cover the cost of all of these.
Yeah.
And then we'll do some sort of a reimbursement if they actually come.
Yeah.
I've just, all my years in county, I've just never had projects get to this stage and then they disappear.
Yeah.
I haven't. So I guess it's a new world
I guess.
at this point. So that's disappointing. But since they're not releasing the information, it makes me wonder if they actually have the deal done. And we're pretty sure that the delivery of power for that plant, the timeline was exactly the same as Bristol's. So
Okay.
power wasn't the issue. Okay, the other property I wanted to talk about was the lavender shop. Or
Lavender patch.
Lavender patch, yes. So Lucy Petersheim called and said that is on the market now. Mike Stoll has that for sale. She just wanted us to know. He is asking $160,000, which is frankly a little high. So Lucy suggested that she's just looking for offers from anybody. The assessed value on that property is $70,000. So if you'd like, we could, the RDC will be meeting soon. We could put together an offer letter if you want to if you think the RDC would want to make an offer on that property.
What's going into the property next door to that?
That would be.
That was that temp agency at one time, right next to the barber shop.
Yes.
Because I saw the other day, people from the lavender patch were going into that other store.
Who owns that?
I don't know. They were walking
Okay.
between the two stores.
So, yeah, if you can pull up Elevate, that might be helpful.
oh,
But I know
really?
that's vacant.
That was the old barber shop. Lavender patch.
Yeah, well,
Dalek.
So it's not like we have tons of cash in that TIF district to work with, but it is property on Main Street and we are doing some major redevelopment along that stretch.
lavender patch used to be that's the brick building.
Hmm.
That used to be
That's where Dick Dalek had his barber shop. After him and Lauren Wayne split up, he went across the street and put that was in there.
yeah, but before.
Trailer factory.
Oh, okay, I know what's happening. The equipment from the lavender patch is being moved into that next building.
Oh, okay, see, that's,
Yeah, but
so
she's
Are-
rented that.
as storage, basically. Is it
I
storage
I
or?
don't know, they've got that giant loom or whatever they. use
Yeah,
to build.
yeah.
It doesn't fit in her garage, so
frame.
she's moving it there.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I saw people going back and forth.
So we can make an offer or we don't have to, and it's up to you.
Okay,
Think about it, let me know. The other property that is for sale, you the signs just went up. It was the property that David and Dawn Weed purchased right across from Mancino's, those 3 lots.
Oh,
House.
So those are, what's that?
That was my old house.
What's that?
First house I ever bought.
So he called and just a variety of reasons, they decided to give up on that project. So that is back on the market. So I contacted some commercial brokers and shared with them our vision of that being part of our Main Street, extended Main Street. So looking
okay,
for a restaurant, retail business,
yeah,
be a good spot.
yeah, definitely.
Who owns the blue one next to it, the little gray area?
That's Collins.
Counts.
Oh, Steve owns
Steven
that?
around,
Mhm.
Okay.
They
Now,
own all
now
3
it
of
makes
those.
sense. Okay.
Yeah, they've got. all
Wasn't that the old quarter pole cap,
The old what?
quarter pole restaurant? At Fluid?
I don't think so.
Okay, what else?
I think that's all I've got tonight, unless I'm forgetting something.
Okay,
Oh, we have.
Results are in.
Well, this was not what I thought you'd do, but anyways, first place is Design 102, that's the.
Yeah.
Well, it's the cheapest one.
No, it's the
I
prettiest
thought
one.
it was, for the money, I thought it was a nice design.
So that's first. Second place is the one clear at the end, 104. That's second, and third is 101, the very first one.
The ones on stilts, they just look cheap.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I was saying the ones with the peak on it make it remind me of a tree.
So, I guess, Alex, if they want to take an action, they would choose one of the designs and then we'll work on a contract.
Yeah,
And you have some questions that you would like answered as we develop the contract.
I think it's simple.
So one issue, the 102, it just says digitally printed vinyl for the logo. Normally you can't, that wouldn't be backlit. It's not lit.
That may not be backlit up there, but I'll ask about that, and if we want that, then we would expect the price to be increased, so.
yeah, and then this one,
Because you had said they all were illuminated. And that-
because this one's lit up, right?
Looks like
Yes.
Bottom, doesn't it?
Yeah, so that one, the actual Bristol Park is actually illuminated letters. It'd be like the acrylic they're talking about, like the first one. But this one actually says digitally printed vinyl on the 102.
Yeah,
So you would like that lit on this sign here.
I mean, I think you'd
Yeah.
want it lit up
yeah,
personally. I mean,
yeah,
everything else can be lit up.
yeah, if you're gonna have the individual
Because
businesses lit up, it would be nice to have the Bristol lit up as well.
and if it's
Yeah.
just vinyl, it's gonna fade. I mean, vinyl's, if it's direct sunlight, I mean, maybe 10 years, be scraping it off and putting new on.
But
This one's nice because it's got the Bristol logo on it. And this one, 102 does not. It's got the graphic, but not the logo.
Okay.
It's got, well, it's got the font, the Bristol font, but not the logo.
Let's include the logo.
And have it illuminated as well. So that's 40,000. And that's 62. Yeah, this one,
if it's routed aluminum, it should be easy to, instead of
You can try and
instead of
sway a vote.
instead of print the vinyl to have it.
personally, I like
I
like this one
made.
better.
That should be
The
easy.
thing I didn't like about that one was mowing and stuff, that bottom's gonna take a beating. When people mow around it and stuff.
Well, if you landscape around it, put some rock around it so you're not mowing up to it, because they're all, with the exception of this one,
Yeah,
They're all-
bottom feeders.
they're all bottom.
So do we need a vote on this?
You guys need to decide, yes.
I make a motion. Let me think here. I make a motion that we accept design number 102 with Mike addressing the, this is gonna be good. Mike addressing the issues of illumination and not printed vinyl.
Right.
Like I said, if it's routed aluminum, which it says, it ought to be easy to cut out letters so that it could be illuminated instead of printing on it.
I'll get those changes made and we'll get it.
And the
fixed.
logo.
And you can consider again. We'll be meeting soon.
Okay, is
Yeah.
that complete for my motion?
Yeah, I think so. I guess the point of order, if I could, would be, or the point of clarification perhaps would be, is the directive to instruct Mike to go
To double
clarify
check,
these
yes,
issues? Okay.
yes.
So I think that's appropriate. I mean, Mike is, the direction from the council is that Mike is to pursue this vendor, this design with some clarifications requested by the council.
For modifications.
Okay, he
For those
just
modifications,
said my motion.
Well, let me ask you
It's all on Alex.
this. So if we want Mike to go back and ask for clarification, ask for a requote, if you will, because that's what it's gonna be. Do we need a motion? Why don't we just have him?
I think that's fine too. I think because
Yeah,
Okay.
Otherwise,
I rescind my motion.
yeah. So if we don't do a motion, we just, hey, Mike, go back and talk to vendor number 102.
And see what.
Ask them about illumination and the full graphic of the town logo. And then come back to us with an updated price. Because if it's not illuminated now, it's gonna cost more money.
Right.
Right,
And then we can
that's fine.
reevaluate our decision based on that. Is that fair?
I think that's correct.
Okay.
I think that's correct.
Okay.
Keeping in mind, the statute does not give a lot of guidance in this regard,
Yeah,
so
actually, it's confusing.
Yeah, so you know what we're after.
Yep. I know.
Okay,
Okay.
We're not buying it.
Quick question
No,
on
that's
this
right.
one too. Would you actually have an address at the bottom and what would
I
the
didn't
name?
tell them we can buy
Yeah, I'd probably
That's right.
eliminate
Yeah.
that address and
Yeah.
change the name to what it really is supposed to be.
That's
Yeah.
the question.
Yeah.
This particular
I mean, if it's
statute-
only one, street, you could have the street name,
yeah.
but
It doesn't have a lot of
Hmm.
clarity.
Okay.
Okay. Unless you have some questions for me, I think we're done.
Okay.
So where's your money? Where do you think it's gonna go? The stilts?
What?
No one on stilts?
You were thinking 104, weren't you?
One of the vendors tonight called me and says, now you're gonna pitch it for me, right? You're gonna, I said, no, I'm not. I'm staying out of this. I definitely had an opinion, but I'm not gonna share it in
Why
the
not?
meeting.
did you do a
The staff knows,
Did
but
you do a rating sheet?
I didn't have to. I knew which one I liked right out of the gate, and it wasn't my thing.
All right, so
First,
So you lost.
let's move on. Any questions for Mike? Okay, if not, Kathy?
I present to you ordinance number 5-2-2024-10 for adoption. This has been published in the paper, reviewed by council, and this is to pay out this will be an annual payout of the opioid money. Not to be budgeted because the dollars can change a little bit.
Okay.
So every first quarter we'll do a additional appropriation.
Okay.
So the total amount is $10,615.14.
First point of order is to open up a public hearing. So at this time, we will open up a public hearing to hear questions or concerns regarding ordinance number 5-2-2024-10. An additional appropriation amount of $10,615.14. So is there anybody in the room that would like to make public comment at this time?
is there any stipulation of what it can and cannot be used for?
Council, may I?
Yes, please.
Council spoke to this last May, and it's going to the new crisis center.
Is that the,
Fire department approves that. We've talked about it last year and I'm all for it.
yeah,
Fire department's all for it.
Is that the
It's a good thing.
811s? No,
The mental health crisis center via Oaklawn.
but isn't there's a phone number for them to call us there?
That I don't know.
I
I
thought
think
that,
there's
like,
a hotline, I
I think
think.
there's a hotline, it's like 844 or 811 or something like that.
That's-
What's that?
Right.
811 is dig.
That's right. Only. That's 988. right.
I have as well. We're not.
Okay, so we digress. Any other public comment this evening? If not, we will close the public hearing. And we will entertain a motion for approval of ordinance 5-2-2024-10.
I'll make the motion to approve ordinance 5-2-2024-10.
Okay, motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Greg. Open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke.
Yes,
Derek Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beechey, yes, motion carries.
Thank you, council.
Anything else? Does anybody have anything for Kathy?
No.
Okay. Nothing under Alex this evening, nothing under new business. Privilege of the floor, otherwise known as public comment. Anybody in the room this evening would like to make public comment?
Do I need to go to the podium?
No, Danny, you can just sit back here. Tell
I just saw.
tell us your name.
I saw a comment on Facebook.
Tell us your name.
And just out of curiosity, they were asking if Bristol has any regulations for a small or a tiny house, because Elkhart does. And I don't know if you guys do, or if that's gonna start opening up a can of worms, or if that's some ordinance wants to look at, or. I don't know, I mean, not to put more on your, it's just curiosity.
The town would not, but it would be under the county, so we are actually kind of looking at some options, we may be addressing that.
Cause I know people have talked about common boxes.
Yeah, so tiny homes are generally 150 to 200 square feet.
Well, there's floor plans and one, and there's ones that are like on the camper frames, and
Yeah,
so I don't know what they were asking about or what, it's just, I was curious, I didn't think there was any
So-
stipulation that the town.
no, but the county does. If it's on wheels, it's an RV or a mobile home.
Okay,
And that's not what the town will generally want. But you can build 550 to 650, 700 square feet, put them on a foundation.
Yeah.
Then you've got a whole affordable house. That's really
regular
nice.
house.
That was a little bit.
oh, that's all I was curious.
But we have some people that are interested, but we're a long ways from a proposal. Well, we're a little ways from a proposal, but it's an interesting concept.
I mean, I asked, and I
I
thought
saw the same question, Danny.
it might be coming up. So,
Yeah. Yep. Okay, thank you.
so, thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, if not, we'll close public comment. Move on to town council discussion items. Doug, anything tonight?
Nothing tonight.
Dean?
No.
Kathy?
No,
Greg?
Nothing.
And I have nothing. So, next council meeting is May 16th. Because we're not having a work session, correct?
No, we moved that to the 21st, and it's actually a RDC meeting, which if we need a work session, we can have one, but there's
Okay.
not really much on the 16th either, so.
Okay. All right.
The RDC meeting would be a pretty important one.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So next council meeting 16th, next RDC meeting 21st, and council work session if needed. Okay, a motion to adjourn,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
motion by Greg,
yeah, second.
second by Kathy, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yes, I know.